In a stunning shakeup, legendary NFL Hall of Famer and sports commentator Shannon Sharpe is officially out at ESPN, just days after quietly settling a $50 million sexual assault lawsuit. But the story doesn't stop there. Sharpe now faces a fresh $20 million defamation lawsuit that threatens to deepen the controversy around him. Let's unpack what really happened and what this means for his career, reputation, and future. Back in April 2025, a woman known only as Jane Doe filed a civil suit accusing Sharpe of rape, sexual assault, and emotional abuse, seeking $50 million in damages. Sharpe immediately denied everything, calling the claims categorically false and describing them as a calculated attempt to shame and extort him. On July 18th, both sides reached a private out-of-court settlement, and the case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning the woman can't refile. Neither side admitted wrongdoing, and the exact terms remain sealed, but legal analysts say the massive dollar amount plus the speed of the dismissal shows both parties wanted this off the public radar fast. This legal storm exploded right as ESPN prepared its fall NFL coverage, setting the stage for what came next. Just 12 days later, ESPN officially announced it was severing ties with Sharpe on July 30th. Sources say the settlement tipped the balance. While the network initially planned for Sharpe to return in September, the off-field controversy proved too big to ignore. Sharpe issued a brief statement expressing disappointment, but saying he respected ESPN's decision. What hurt most, he added, was the timing. The scandal overshadowed his brother Sterling Sharpe's long-awaited induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Public reaction was mixed. Some fans felt ESPN had no choice, while others accused the network of throwing Sharpe under the bus before any criminal conviction.
To get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way.
Days later, Sharpe broke his silence on Nightcap, the podcast he co-hosts with Chad Ochocinco Johnson. He described the relationship with Jane Doe as tumultuous but consensual, insisting he never assaulted anyone. Sharpe admitted the headlines had taken a personal toll, but also said, "I've been knocked down before and I'll get back up again." On social media, some fans voiced support, pointing to his decades of charity work and clean legal record until now. But others argued the settlement itself, even without an admission, raised doubts that will haunt him for years. Barely 2 weeks after the sexual assault case ended, Sharpe was hit with a fresh legal battle. A $20 million defamation lawsuit from entrepreneur Jimelita Tillman. Tillman claimed Sharpe falsely implied she was married and had filed for divorce after being spotted with Usher at a viral concert moment. She says the remarks were untrue, damaging her business reputation and causing public embarrassment. Sharpe hasn't formally responded, but legal experts say this suit could drag on for months, keeping his name in the tabloids. Beyond ESPN, the fallout is hitting Sharpe's other projects. His YouTube shows, Club Shay and Nightcap, still draw millions of views, but sponsors are reportedly watching closely, and potential new deals could now be delayed. Sharpe, once rumored to be negotiating a $100 million podcast and streaming deal, may find that number shrinking if brands stay cautious. Meanwhile, rapper Meek Mill weighed in, blasting ESPN for abandoning Sharpe too quickly and calling the system rigged. Fans debated whether Sharpe's legacy as a respected commentator could survive, or if he'll always be the guy from that lawsuit. So what's next for Shannon Sharpe? He remains a polarizing figure, a sports icon to millions, but now carrying the scars of legal controversy. The sexual assault suit may be over, but the new defamation case ensures more headlines ahead. Can Sharpe rebuild his media empire and reputation, or will legal battles keep him in the shadow? We'll keep watching. What do you think? Redemption story or career collapse? Tell us in the comments. And subscribe so you don't miss the next twist in this saga of sports, scandal, and celebrity law.